I don't know if it's I don't know if it's um I don't know if it's me or if it just feels like it's been longer since I've been live, but I felt like doing a stream and so here we are. And I felt like starting off with this match, even though maybe hindsight being what it is, it probably could have been better off being another Iron Man match, but after the fact that we did an Iron Man match last stream, I figured it would make more sense not to do an Iron Man match again this stream, so no holds barred match it is. Even though I do think that this match would be very possibly a good match to do one-on-one. I mean, well, obviously I'm doing it one-on-one. What I mean is, it would be a good match to do where it's just the match. Again, what do individual recording. You know, a solo recording where it's not a stream and it's just the recording. But gotta get eyes on it somehow, so figure why not do it this way. You know, the Irish Ace versus, New Japan's Ace. That's the easiest way to get eyes on. Spanish Fly on the floor. Jordan Devlin has got something to prove tonight against Kazuchika Okada. He's got something to prove against the Ace of New Japan. And he drops him again with the Spanish Fly on the floor as Jordan Devlin goes back into the ring. I am remembering now, it is no holds barred, which means no count out, no disqualification, but it does not mean that pinfalls count anywhere, as Jordan Devlin just reams him into the guardrail on the outside. And now he sends Kazuchika Okada back in the ring. Shoots the half on Okada. And Okada kicks out like it's nothing. Devlin, he's got him lined up. And a big double stomp to Okada from Devlin. Devlin with a quick chop, another quick chop. Okada finally wards him off, but only for a second as Devlin sends him back into the corner. And Devlin just knocks him all the way down to the outside from the top rope. He pushes him off the top rope and all the way down to the floor. And now Devlin is waiting for Okada to get back up. Devlin is waiting for Okada to get back up. Okada blocks the right hand, and now Okada is finally... He's not wasting any time here. He's dropping him neck first on his knee. Neck first on his knee. Down goes the Irish Ace, but the Irish Ace pops up before the count of one, like it is nothing. Right to the chop, right to the mush. He reverses. He chops right hand. Takes down Okada from Devlin. And Devlin, headbutt. Suplex. Back suplex by Devlin. It's like a seesaw type maneuver there from Jordan Devlin as Okada kicks out at the count of one. I mean, count of two, sorry. You know, the one thing I would say is, hey, Hunter, good to see you, buddy. The one thing I would say is that I have ignored the fact, in some cases, that this game can tell stories in the simplest form. And the simplest form is Okada versus Jordan Devlin. They both have the same nickname, the Ace. Devlin is the Irish Ace, and Okada is the Ace of New Japan. Same nickname, different magnitude. He kicked out, did Okada. Devlin, he catches him. He catches him. Ireland's calling. Ireland's calling. And Okada pops the shoulder up. Devlin is not. Devlin is not happy about it. Yeah, I responded to you, Hunter. I saw it earlier. I responded to you, buddy. Don't worry. Devlin gets caught with a Hurricane out of the Hurricane Rana, and he gets dropped with a big power bomb from Okada. Okada's going for it again. The swinging. And he drops him neck first across his knee. Across his knee. And Okada is dissatisfied as Devlin only stays down for a 1 count. But yeah, I think I responded with either Bobby Lashley or Killer Kross to your question. Devlin, Okada's going for it again, and he powerbombs him to the outside. We saw this earlier. And Devlin reversed him the first time, but Okada got him the second, and now Okada pulls a Rick Rude out of that and drops him with a knee drop from the top rope to the outside. What a drop for Okada. Okada's now got Devlin on the outs as he sends him into the ring steps. I don't know how I blocked Okada there, considering the fact that I was stunned, but Okada sends him all the way down to the opposite side, and now they are in the corner. Okada drops him with a leg drop, or keeps him down on the leg drop. Okada rolls back into the ring. This is no holds barred, which means no count out, no disqualification. Leg trip takes down Okada. Okada gets sent shoulder first into the barricade. He sends him into the ring apron. Dead Devlin. JD goes under the ring. He's got a ball bat. Jordan Devlin has a ball bat. And he hits a home run on the head of Okada. Okada takes him out, splats him with a double knife edge chop type maneuver. Devlin, again, stiff right hand from Jordan Devlin. And now Devlin surprisingly answers the call of the audience and gets a table. He brings out the table. Okada sends him back into the ring. Devlin, he's in the Cobra Clutch. The Cobra Clutch. He's in the Cobra Clutch. Devlin's trying to fight out of it, but it is too much for him to handle, and he falls to the Rainmaker. Devlin falls to Okada in this no holds barred matchup. Ace versus Ace. Excuse me. Well, I know the Street Profits are one of the tag team champions. Yeah, we could go Eric and Ivar. Oh, the Dirty Dogs. Those are the other champions. I mean, Eric and Ivar have not defended the tag team titles, so let's have Eric and Ivar defend the tag team titles. As championship gold is one thing that is in the title, so why not, allot some time for some championship matches? Because, well, that's kind of the point of championship gold being included in the title. I don't know about you, but I kind of find that to be a sight with Cedric Alexander powerbombing Ivar. Not to say, well, actually, yes, kind of to say that Cedric Alexander is somewhat, it's unexpected to see Alexander able to do that without hurting himself. Or you would expect that maybe later in the match when Ivar was a little bit more worn down, that would be something you'd be able to do, but right now, or off rip, you would not be able to do it without damaging him a little bit and softening him up for the move. Speaking of a powerbomb, stiff powerbomb, to say the least. Cedric is just bumping around the ring. Jiminy Christmas. Jiminy Christmas, he is just bumping around the ring. Brush off. Alexander gets back. A variation of the T-bone suplex, but I would believe that would probably be called the wrist clutch suplex. Cedric. He catches him off guard with a springboard. And now a cover. Lana repress. 2. And Cedric Alexander gets a 2 count on Eric. Cedric drops him. He drops him. But he's too close to the ropes. He is indeed. And he goes for the tag. Tagging in Shelton Benjamin as Benjamin comes back in. Benjamin gets propelled to the outside by Eric as Eric goes to tag out to Ivar. And now Ivar is once again the legal man. I mean, I know I mentioned possibly venting a little bit. But the fact of the matter is, it's just a little hard for me to willingly vent now because I vented a little bit in the stream earlier today on Twitch. And I'm not going to say that there isn't still stuff that I can vent about. It's just the idea of it kind of defeats the purpose of venting again after venting already. And I know it's like, oh, well, so you're saying people should only vent once. And it's like, no, that's not... that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you can vent as much as you want, but it's like if you're venting about the same thing, it's a little harder to vent about the same thing twice and not, try and vent about different stuff. Because I think the easiest way to put it is, to a degree, I will always feel out of the loop. Out of the loop with people that I consider to be friends and acquaintances. Just because I don't want to say just because I have more of an interest of being on my own as opposed to being in groups with them. because that makes it seem like I don't want to be around him, sort of. Which is not what I'm trying to say, but in the same degree, it's hard to sway myself from not saying that if the insinuation is exactly that. You know, because the insinuation is that basically I mean, the insinuation is almost that I don't like being around people. And to a degree, there are people I don't like being around, and I would prefer being around, you know, being on my own or being around nobody as opposed to being around certain people. But there are people that I enjoy being around because it's fun to be around them. You know, but the fact of the matter is, I don't want to say it's hit or miss, but it's almost hit or miss. You know, I don't want to say that it is, but it kind of is. Because, I mean, people just. It's like I don't want to. I don't want to say certain things. I don't. I don't know. It's like nothing. I don't want to say anything untrue because nothing untrue is, you know, nothing untrue needs to be said. But the fact of the matter is, I just. I think the best way to put it is sort of like I said at the beginning of stream today. I don't like being in a position where I'm relying on somebody else for me to play a game. You know, that's why 90% of the time when I'm on YouTube and I'm streaming, I play whatever I feel like. You know, whatever, what, I mean, yes, fine. Somebody might say, oh, well, you don't play whatever you feel like, you normally just play wrestling. And it's like, yeah, to a degree, I play whatever I feel like, but also to a degree, 90% of what I feel like playing is wrestling. So 90% of the time, I play wrestling. You know, but the fact of the matter is, there, there are people that, like, I don't put out there that I'm live on YouTube when I go live on YouTube because I just want to go live, hang out, and stream. Simple as that. And I know that argumentatively, there's no, you know, there's nothing against that, but why are you know, it almost like I'm hiding from streaming on YouTube. But the reality is, I'm not hiding from it, I'm just not putting in as much pressure on myself, or I'm not putting as much pressure on myself on from the YouTube standpoint as I do from the Twitch standpoint. Because on Twitch, it's you gotta have this set up, you gotta have that set up, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. You know, you gotta do certain things to allow yourself to have the opportunity to have people to come and watch you. On YouTube, I just put myself out there, and if people show up, people show up. If people don't, people don't. You know, but it's like, well, that's deflating. But it's like with YouTube, but with Twitch, it's, you know, I have a pre-established, group. You know, I have a pre-established group of people that I traditionally hang out with on Twitch, and it's like, you know, where are they? You know, I mean, again, it's not to put the pressure on the people it's not to put the pressure on the people that I call, my closest adversaries with stream and shit like that. It's not to put the pressure on them to always show up and always be there. It's just, they'll come in and they'll be talking about, this or that or this or that. And it's just like, oh, I had no idea that happened. Or, oh, I didn't even know you two talked to each other, or I didn't even know you two did this, or you guys did that, or, and I mean, even to a degree, there are people that I'm like, I didn't even know you knew each other. And, you know, I'm not saying that I don't like people socializing outside of stream or anything like that. It's just like almost like I feel out of the loop. And I'm not saying I want to know everything that goes on in people's lives. It's just like, being a little bit more aware, I guess. I guess like being more aware would be, kind of nice. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's probably nothing, but I just, and the weird thing is, I feel better. I mean, I would say 100% that I feel better now than I did last week. But it's still the idea of, like, there's gotta be more. You know what I mean? That there's gotta be more. I just don't know how to find it. And I know. I mean, that would have been a little nutty cuckoo if he would have been able to get me from that far away. But what do you want me to say? I don't think that more is at the end of a field trip or at the end of a, sure as hell, it sure as hell ain't at the bottom of a liquor bottle, because I've looked at many liquor bottles and it's not there. But I would say that, maybe it's, I also don't think it's a field trip worth or what have you. It's the simplest way to put it is I'm better than I was, but I still don't know where to go next. You know what I mean? I still don't know where to go next. That's the whole question. You want to do a senton? I'll up the ante, and I'll do a senton from higher up. Edge has successfully defended a title against the likes of Samoa Joe and anybody else whose name is I'm drawing a blank. I don't remember who else I've had Edge defend the title against. I do think it's possible that Samoa Joe may have been its first title defense. But I could be wrong. If I am wrong, again, I don't remember who else I had him defend the title against. Either way, Edge just ate the ring post at the behest of Kevin Owens. And now it's 7, but Kevin Owens breaks up the count. This is not no holds barred. This is not no count out. Even though it may have been an interesting match if it was, it is not no holds barred. It is one fall to a finish. Into the ring steps goes Kevin Owens from Edge. Edge is now getting himself in the ring. And Edge pulls at Kevin Owens and makes his way to the outside. Changing his mind. Honestly, I debated streaming on Twitch too. The main reason why I didn't is because I just didn't know what to stream. You know, it's that simple. I just didn't know what to stream. You know, and I know, you know, somebody could say, oh, well, just stream whatever. And it's like, you say that, but you're not the one who has to sit there and play. Because it's a lot easier. You know, it's not easy just sitting there and hitting the, you know, it's not as easy as hitting the button and going live. It's actually having to show that you're interested in what you're playing. Because if you're not interested in what you're playing, then what the hell are you doing playing it in the first place? You know, and yes, Edge is the world champion, but for Edge is supposed to be the unified champion, but Edge cannot defend both titles at one time. Because you could do a double title match, but it can't be a double title match with one person defending 2 titles at once. It has to be a double title match with 2 people defending 2 different titles, 1 each. That's just how it is. I know typically we go an hour and a half, almost 2 hours. Honestly, I don't think we're going to make it that far. To be honest, I don't think we're going to make it that far. Just because, honestly, I just don't really want to. Simple as that. Kevin caught him with a splash that time. You know, the funny thing is, there are times where I just feel like I might be in a position where I have a lot to say, but nobody to say it to. But at the same time, it's not even that. It's the fact that I have a lot to say, but I don't know how to say it. So it's like, even if I had somebody to say it to, would I even be able to say it because of the fact that I wouldn't know what to say? You know what I mean? That's the whole question. Or that would be part of the question. A big gutbuster. I thought I got him, but apparently I did not. Put the knees up and wait. I would say if Bobby Lashley's Bray Wyatt is out of the match at WrestleMania, then yes, it is a possibility that that Brian Cage could show up at WrestleMania. But if Bray Wyatt is not out at WrestleMania, then I would say it's more likely that he doesn't. Simple as that. And he caught me. Now he's waiting. And I caught him. He caught me. I caught him. I caught him again, this time with a thrust kick. And that's kind of a deflating way for the match to end.
Here is your winner, and still the WWE Universal Champion, the Rated R Superstar Edge!
Well, maybe next time I have Edge do a title defense, I actually go on the other side and see if I can defeat Edge. Because at this point, that seems like the question: can I defeat Edge? Rather than can Edge keep winning, or can I keep winning as Edge? And I think the one takeaway I have with today, the one takeaway I have from today is that I just like the idea of a simple life.
Smashing blast from the past.
By Vicarious Visions. It's Crash Bandicoot.
It's Crash Bandicoot.
But, the simple life. Like, that this is gonna happen, or that's gonna happen, or this is gonna happen, or that's gonna happen. Like, just simple life. And, nothing more. And I know that, it's like, oh, you gotta have more than a simple life. It's like, honestly, no, I don't. I honestly don't mind the idea of just living a simple life. And I'm not talking about living a simple life by, going on a farm and just living simple on a farm. I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is, living a simple life by just living simple. Living within my means. And just not expecting, like, I don't mean it like, oh, don't expect more, blah 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 blah. I mean, get a job, go to work, do your job, have a life outside of work, and just simple. Just simple things. And just build the expectations based off of, continuity. What I mean by continuity is, I mean, I'm not surprised. I don't know how legit the report is, but I'm not surprised because they just don't seem to know how to balance a roster of that size. You know, all I mean is, it's just like simple. You know, just simple. Just how things are is how things are, and not that, oh well, that's how, you know, that's how things are gonna stay, blah 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 blah. That's not what I mean. What I mean is, you know, what I mean is, almost like if you know, if you can make other plans, but don't lean so heavily on the idea of other plans. You know what I mean? Be able to keep yourself occupied, and don't just expect other people to do it for you. You know, I guess that's sort of what I mean. Like, you know, I guess that's sort of what I mean. Like, you know, don't just expect other people to take you. Be able to manage yourself and manage your own life and what you want to do, and put what you want to do ahead of what other people want you to do, and just go with it. You know, if it means simple, then simple. If you know, if not, then you know, stuff like that. No, I don't think he will. I think it's just, you know, it's just he needed time, and once the time is allotted, then, because, you know, they've been fixated on a lot of big picture pieces, and once the big picture pieces are figured out, then they can better understand how to fit the talent that they have, if that makes sense. Talk about under jumping. Son of a gun. It's almost like you have to jump before he throws. Otherwise, you know, otherwise you're gonna get, you know, caught anyway. Ah. If I make it up to an hour, then I'll be surprised, to be honest. Everything about this game is timing. Everything about this game is timing. You know, everything about this game is timing. Everything about this game is timing. Speaking of timing, it was bad timing because you're supposed to jump after he does smashy smashy, not before he does smashy smashy. That's because I wasn't paying attention. Or that's for me not paying attention. Ah! Jumped right into it. See, the funny thing is, I usually get mad about having to re-sign in when I sign out of Twitch to be able to stream on YouTube because I don't multi-platform stream anymore. Because it's just pointless to multi-platform stream, to be honest with you, because not multi-platforming stream, not doing a multi-platform stream allows me to stream other things that may not do as well on YouTube as they do on Twitch, or vice versa. And with that, it allows me to, you know, do different or be different, you know. I don't understand. I think I need to watch this again. So maybe I stop here and save it for tomorrow. Because it seems like I'm getting to a point where I can, you know, where I can be in a good position, but, like, where I could beat it, but I don't really know how to beat it. So I think I need to watch the video again to see how to beat it before I take the route of, you know, before I go the route of beating it. So maybe I should just stick with streaming it tomorrow and playing it tomorrow on stream. But I guess with that being said, I'm done for the night, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for anybody who stopped in and hung out for a little bit, whether it was 5 minutes or 10, or, you know, whether it was 5 minutes or for the entire stream. I do appreciate it.